Hi, my name is Maureen. I just graduated SIAT in October 2019, and I'm about to start my job as an interaction designer at Artifact. Artifact with an E, which is very important because if you don't type the E in, you won't find them on the internet. When I came into SIAT, I had no expectation. I didn't know what SIAT was going to be really. I saw pictures of the campus online, but it was the wrong campus. So I got here and I was like, wait a minute, this is not what I thought it would be. In my first year, SIAT was actually my plan B. I actually wanted to be a commercial pilot first, and I was going to take a test after my first year of university. It was a thing my parents convinced me to do. They were like, you should try university first and see how that goes. So I was just kind of here and going I didn't really care about the courses, so I didn't really actually get to know anyone in the faculty. I didn't care to stick around. The first summer after my first year was when I took an internship in design, and that's when I actually thought, hey, what I'm learning in school is very useful on a larger scale once I graduate, and it could actually impact the people around me and the world around me. After my first internship, I came back, and second year was probably the most important year of my academic career so far. Once you enter second year, a lot more projects will require you to stay on campus and spend more time around the community, and that's when I sort of broke free from that isolation. My favorite SIAT experiences is actually working overnight in the studio, which in the moment it feels horrible, but looking back it's one of my fondest memories. And then in second year, I met a bunch of boys from SFU and UBC who's gonna make a startup for smart jewelry for women's safety, and they were looking for a designer. So I reached out to them, and for 8 months in my second year, I met up with this team quite regularly to work on this project. And I haven't done any interface or interaction or product design prior to this. So it gave me a chance to figure out, yes, this is sort of the direction I want to go in. And so moving on to my third and fourth year, I was much more sure of the courses I want to take. And then sometime in my third year, I went back to the first company I worked with in my first internship. And at that time, they've expanded overseas to New York and Shanghai. So then summer 2016, I went back to Hong Kong, and then I also went to New York and their Shanghai office, and I worked all over the place for them, doing more specialized work than I did the first time. And then in fourth year, I took the one course that taught experience design really well in our faculty. It's well known as a portal that lets people get into product design or interaction design or user experience strategy and all that sort of stuff. So the stuff that's more on the tech side. And after completing that course, I had the opportunity to interview at Touchpoint, which is a conference run by a faculty member where students who applied in advance get to interview with the companies that are coming to the conference. And I got to pick the top 3 I wanted to interview with. After a couple months of the conference, I got an email out of the blue. I was just kind of walking down the street looking at my email on my phone, and it popped up, and I saw their email address, and I was like, wait, what? Wait a minute. And so then I opened it, and they're like, yeah, we want to move on with your interview. And then the rest is history. I got an internship in 2018 with that company, Artifact, for 6 months. They actually told me they were really impressed with SIAT students because of the maker's mentality we have. And I think that is largely because of how generalized our program is at the beginning, at the very least. We have such a broad skill sets, we can figure out how to solve problems in multiple ways. One of the most inspiring and meaningful projects I got to be on during SIAT was Field School with Russell Taylor. And it's a program that spans across spring and summer semesters. We spend about 7 weeks in the country in the summer interviewing the designers from that country. So for us, we interviewed about 20 Dutch designers. It's also probably a very extreme case of that SIAT culture where you get to really spend time with people and form lifelong connections. Since I've graduated SIAT, or since I was approaching my graduation, I've always had some sort of feeling similar to when I graduated high school. It's how am I gonna deal with being in a new space, being with new people, with new challenges. But I do feel different from when I did in high school, in the sense that going through SIAT, I now know that I'm actually capable of dealing with these new challenges. I know for sure I'll run into problems I don't understand, and I might struggle a lot against, but SIAT has given me the opportunity to develop this perseverance. I don't know, like SIAT has kind of become like this like shield around my heart. It's like, yeah, I'm scared, but I'm really not that scared. I can still charge forward. And that knowing I'll always have people that I've met in SIAT to fall back to. And because a lot of us, when we graduate, we go through similar experiences, and I've been talking to a lot of them recently, and it's nice to know that like there's someone else out there that you've gone through late nights with, you've had this connection with, and you've worked hard with, who believes in you and you believe in them as well. So yeah, I'll miss SIAT, but it's like I don't have to miss SIAT because they're gonna be there always.